Welcome back, everybody, to another post-commentary duel video. We've got more Shaddolls, these Chaos Mech Shaddolls versus Atlantean Mermails. Post-Savage Strike, I do have, Rainbow Treasure Dragon or Lapis Dragon in here, and Quantum Dragon, all the new stuff that I was planning on playing in here. I was thinking about maybe playing, Borload Savage Dragon, but I just feel like he doesn't fit into my build personally. Not enough links, and level 8 synchros are really just not the most common in Mermail. It's more like 6s, 7s, 9s, and things of that nature, 10s, etc., etc. And yeah, also real quick, you guys know we're sponsored by Imperium Duelist, and if you want to check out any of the sleeves or playmats we're using here in this video, like the Millennium playmat we're using, and any other cool effect sleeves we've got on our decks, you can pick some up at their website down in the description below for 10% off using that code if you so desire. Helps support me and helps you guys save just a little bit of money in the process. So I get started going first, unfortunately losing the dice roll, and not super unfortunate though, because I did open up well enough to be able to set up at least a Mooling Glacia play, and this first turn would also just be made so much better if we had Abyssalacia, because Abyssalacia helps out our going first plays, I would say, that much more, only because it provides a way to disrupt your opponent. You have a way to get something like infantry into your hand and use that discard effect on your opponent's turn to search a Mermail. That's just a free disruption off. It's sort of like a Galaxy Eyes Soulflare Dragon, but normal sort of Mistar Moulin setup going here. Linking away the Teus and the Prince, but 4 total Waters and Grave at this point. And now going to, I believe, summon Megalo by discarding the Gund in my hand, and I believe I open up Mermail too, which is pretty unfortunate, but not too big of a deal. I still have all the Destrudos are available to use. Just the Yazi play not as effective as it would be. That's one of the main reasons I'm just such a huge fan of the Destrudo engine, is because even if you do open Mermail, you still have free level 7 synchros to make, whether it be, Gungnir, Quantum Dragon, or Yazi. Just so many good options to be able to readily just go into. So like I said, the Megalo comes down, discarding the Gun and Mermail. Gun revives Teus. Gonna put that in defense. And of course, Megalo searches the Abyssgale, the Mizuchi. And I'm gonna knock 2 cards out of his hand here. Got to roll quite a few times. Got rolling the same number. And end up discarding, I believe, a Foolish Burial, which he really, really needed at the time being. And a 4-Mage Trick Clown. So he's gonna go ahead and opt to use the effect. He'll take 1,000 damage. And I'm just not, I would go into like Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, but I rather would have the Mizuchi equipped. And going forward, I still don't know if I'd play it, but I feel like going second builds have to play Mizuchi, just because benefiting from that extra 800, possibly 1,600 damage if he's attacking twice is just too good to give up. Does have the Call by the Grave though to sort of bait out the negation of Mizuchi, because it just goes when you play a spell. He's going to follow up with Instant Fusion and go ahead and take my Mooling Glacia, which will now cost me my battle phase next turn, I believe, because now it's being removed from the field. It has left the field, essentially. I'm not sure if the sort of same way it would apply if it would be used as Ixta material. Pretty sure I would lose my next battle phase, and that's just how I went with it. Of course, the Trick Clown coming back after being linked away with Lampharingus for Nightmare Unicorn, now trying to spin away what I believe will end up being the Mistar Boy as one of the more valuable hits here, because it's going to be boosting up all my monsters by 500 attack and, or just 500 attack, yeah, 500 attack and defense. So I've got a 2,900 Megalo. It's going to discard Shaddoll Beast, unfortunately not getting its effect because it is cost. Could you imagine if it wasn't cost? That'd just be really, really good for Shaddolls. But like I said, that Foolish Burial really would have helped him out to dig into his deck a little bit deeper, perhaps sending Squamata, then Beast, getting, just a couple cards deeper into his deck to try to draw into something like, Shaddoll Fusion would have really hopefully set him off for his plays. But left there with just a Nightmare Unicorn, and I'm going to debate on going into a rank 7 here. I attack here, which technically I shouldn't be able to, because I believe Mooling Glacia's effect would be applying here, since it did leave the field because of Thousand Eyes Restrict. So technically he should still have that Nightmare Unicorn on his field. But either way, regardless of whether I'm able to attack another turn, I'm able to go into a rank 7, and it is going to be Red Eyes Flare Metal. And he top deck, the Hat Tricker, and has a set call by, so I can basically just beat into him next turn, and there's really not much he can do He's top decking the hat trick, and then he sets it, passes back to me, and then I have just free reign to do whatever I want, essentially. Mostly all the Dragoons, I believe, at that point being exhausted, so not really too much else you can do there. Just saving some time and going into game 2 here, where he's going to have me go first again, which is rough. My build just really wants to go second, and going first plays do suffer a little bit sometimes. That's why I'm still thinking about changing some things up just a little bit. Not exactly sure what though. I don't really want to add in the Undyne engine because I just don't like the Undyne engine. I don't want to have to play another brick card like Undyne, or not Undyne, Controller rather, and then just have Undynes be dead the rest of the match, or that game I should say. The Frog engine I've considered going back to, but if I would play it, I've seen a lot of people playing more frogs, like dupe frogs and more Ronins and things of that nature. And I feel like maybe that could help with going first place. Be able to make totally awesome and things like that. Just something I've been keeping in the back of my head lately going forward. But I think if I were to ever change anything at this point, it would just be the addition of probably a frog engine. And that's it. And I don't really even know if I still want to do that going forward even. So, like I said, Foolish Burial getting started here. To start the turn, I should say, to send a Shaddoll, 1-for-1 discarding Megalo, going for Prince sending Dragoons, adding Dragoons and Megalo, and I already opened a Dragoon, so I'm discarding double Dragoons here off of this Megalo, getting to search Chainlink 3, a Mizuchi, and then Chainlink 2 and 1 the following Dragoons to add Infantry and Deep Sea Diva. I decided to go for this play after some hesitation because I didn't use my normal summon already, so I might as well just go all the way in here and just go Infantry into Diva and Diva into Marksman, because I believe I have a sort of a Link 2 with a Trish and an additional Synchro on top of that. So just trying to really go all out here. And I'm going to link away the Infantry and the Megalo for the Mistar Boy. Fortunately, the Mizuchi does not get to be useful here. And now I believe I also have Instant Fusion in hand, which is going to summon out Mud Dragon of the Swamp. Yeah, there's the Instant Fusion coming down. Summoning out Mud Dragon of the Swamp. Now I do have a level 9 Synchro play ready, and that is going to go right for the none other than Trishula, Dragon of the Ice Barrier. And take another card out of his hand here. Roll at number 4, and it's going to banish a Skomata out of his hand. Not a terrible hit. And then lastly here, Destrudo getting activated to target Neptibus and go right into the latest and greatest level 7 Synchro of the game, Cyber's Quantum Dragon. I decided to go for Quantum Dragon here over Yazi. Obviously, Yazi protects himself from being targeted, but Quantum Dragon is protecting both Mistar Boy and Trish from being targeted by card effects or by battle. And if anything were to battle Quantum Dragon right now, it would get bounced back to the hand. So it puts him in sort of a weird position where he has to go all out to remove the Quantum Dragon first, and then start dismantling the field in a different manner. Hopefully, and like this is just one of those matchups where like I'm bound to go into the extra deck turn 1 to make some sort of a decent play, and of course that's just his mass Foolish Burial on steroids coming in handy. And going back to sort of modifying the build going forward, I've thought about adding in hand traps, possibly once Ash gets reprinted, maybe playing triple Ash, maybe maining just triple Ogre or Valor, things of that nature going forward. Just so some slight changes to make the build just a bit better, in certain situations, not overall. So he's going to go ahead and get started, grabbing Spellbook of Secrets to grab, or playing Spellbook of Secrets to grab Spellbook of Knowledge. Now, I don't play Blue Boy in the Shaddoll build, which I will be profiling soon. If you guys do want to see it, just let me know in the comments, and drop a like on the video if you want to see the deck profile for this Chaos Mech Knight Shaddoll. And the reason I don't play Blue Boy is because you main deck a lot of normal summonable spellcasters, as is Skomata, Mathematician, all of these things, the Perform Mage stuff. And when you knowledge away a Skomata, it gets its effect, Send Beast, and then you draw 2 off the knowledge, so it's essentially a draw 3. Same thing if you open a Mathematician, send Skomata, send Beast, draw, and then use your knowledge to get rid of the Mathematician to go ahead and draw 2 more cards. Since Spellbook of Knowledge says any spellcaster, and even if you have secrets in hand and a knowledge in hand, you can just get rid of the secrets in hand and draw 2 anyways to help get you into the combo pieces that you need to see. And it's especially important in my opinion, for Shaddoll, to be able to see a fusion, be able to see Shaddoll cards, to be able to see, you know, just really helpful engine pieces. So Mech Knight comes down, Mech Knight of the Yellow Star, and the Wyvern Burster to grab Collapse Serpent later. Flipping up Shaddoll Fusion here. Going to do a full send to the graveyard. Going for, I believe, yeah, it looks like the Trick Clown and the Shaddoll Falco here. And I think he forgets to use the Construct effect, which he will go back to in just a moment. He'll take 1,000 from Trick Clown. Of course, these Falco's going to set itself, and the BLS coming down here as well. Now, with this board being, you know, assembled and everything, it's great, but he still can only target the Quantum Dragon with card effects, which isn't that big of a deal. A bit of a misplay happens here. He does use Nightmare Unicorn to spin back my Mistar Boy. Now, I know he technically cannot do that by the effect of Cyber's Quantum Dragon, but simply, he could just have spun the Cyber's Quantum Dragon instead, and then use Blackluster Soldier to banish the Mistar Boy. Either way, there's no way that the sort of what he removed here couldn't have taken place. It just simply would have had to been done in a different way. So here he is going to remember to use the effect of the Construct. Just going to send Hedgehog to add a beast to hand. It never hurts to have Shaddoll in hand. And I have a 2700 you know, Trish on field, which isn't too big of a deal for him because he just is going to kill it with Construct immediately. And he does have the Collapse Serpent. Swinging for plenty of damage. We were contemplating whether or not it'd be game, but forgot that I took some damage earlier in the game. You know, Destrudo and Instant Fusion, all that stuff dropped me down to 35. And he does have El Shaddoll Fusion, but he can't technically play it because he placed his BLS in the wrong zone. If he would have placed it to that far right, could have gone into window for extra damage, but that would have just been overkill at this point. And yeah, that was game already because Construct kills the you know, Trish, and then he swings over 22 with Unicorn, and 18 for via Collapse Serpent. So I'm just remembering, I Instant Fusion, I Destrudoed, and that actually should be game because that is 4,000 points of damage, just over 500. And we're gonna head into game 2 here shortly. Just having a Mizuchi in hand is pretty rough as well. Even if I did get away with some life points, I was top decking, and this invoked. I keep saying invoked because I always assume, you know, invoked and Mech Knight go together, but it's Mech Knight Chaos Shaddoll. It just has the ability to just be explosive out of nowhere. BLS, Collapse Serpent, Wyvern Burster, a Link, like all this stuff. Like it just, you know, Construct with El Shaddoll Fusion, it can just explode out of nowhere. So first turn, summoning Sea Archiver, which actually would have been a really welcomed extender here for this play, since it is set up in Grave. But I use Yazi here, and target is called by. They both get destroyed, and then called by will chain to banish the Sea Archiver because he technically wouldn't be able to banish the Yazi out of Grave, since I was destroying the call by, and they both be destroyed at the same time. So he technically wouldn't have been able to target it. He's just chaining the activation, but Yazi effect still goes off, destroying itself and attempting to destroy the other card. And Mermail hits the field here, going for 2 tokens. And it's going to go for basically just a free Mistar Boy. Now here, I could have summoned the last token to a zone that Mistar Boy points to, and if I would have placed my Mermail in a bit better position, it also would have been better. And I could have just summoned out the Sea Archiver rather, to go for a level 8 synchro, or depending on the normal summon that I have in my hand, could have gone for a bit of a different play as well. Just opening up just little bits of you know, play avenues, if you will, because I think I had a Birdman in hand as well. And I was debating whether or not I wanted to use it because I could have bounced the token back with the Birdman and, you know, summoned it into a zone that, you know, Mistar Boy points to, summon out Sea Archiver, going for a 6, and then I could have normal summoned this. I think I have a level 4 in hand. Either made a rank 4, like Dweller, which would have been really good against him. Dweller Coral Dragon or Dweller Brio. Just the Sea Archiver would have opened up a lot of extra plays. It's just unfortunate that it did get called by called by the grave. And then I get to go into a Trish here. Decide just to go into it because Mermail and a level 4 is just Trish Starboy, and not too bad. Hit another Squamata out of his hand. Get that call by out of the grave. Not that it makes too big of a difference. And he's going to start his turn with a basically mass Foolish Burial, the full send, going for, I don't know why I keep saying that, I just do. That's basically what Shaddoll Fusion is, just Foolish Burial on crack, especially if you got something, you know, obviously from the extra deck on your opponent's side of the field, and going for none other than Construct. He starts by sending the Trick Clown, which I don't think he actually commits to. He will still send the Beast, however, and Construct here, not forgetting to activate this time, and going to send Falco. So Falco will set itself, and I do called by the Beast because A, don't want him to have that target later for Falco, and I don't want him to get the extra draw. But I believe here momentarily he's going to take back the Trick Clown play and instead go for Damage Juggler to send that to the grave to be able to grab the Hat Tricker instead. So just going to go ahead and put that back into the deck and send the Damage Juggler. There it is. Called by happens, all this stuff, etc., etc. Falco sets itself, now banishing the Hat Tricker, or the Damage Juggler for Hat Tricker. Just, I think, a little bit of a better option here overall because, again, you're about to witness sort of the explosiveness that this Shaddoll, I almost said invoked it, Shaddoll Mech Knight deck can sort of take advantage of here. Hasn't normal summoned yet. Has a couple extra cards left in hand to play around with. He did take the plenty of damage last turn, so I think that's also the other reasons why he didn't want to, you know, use the Trick Clown there. He took the 33 from Trish and the 19 from the Starboy. That's important to take note, driving him down to 29. But instead, just gonna be sort of cautious here. Set another card. Set it likely another Shaddoll monster, and just run over the Trish. So there's that Birdman bouncing back my Starboy, going for a level 6 Synchro. Only one other card in hand, unfortunately, so I go for Bionic, discard a Megalo, spin the Construct back to his deck, and attack into the set Falco, because I know he has no targets engraved, so his Falco is just going to get removed from the field. Might as well take advantage of that. So I'm going to pass over to him, doing as much removal as I possibly can. Arguably, I could have gone for Coral Dragon, but I didn't want the Construct to get its effect anyways from Grave, so I just wanted to put it back to the extra deck. He summons Indigo, and then moves it over, summons Hat Tricker, flips up Squamata, destroys the Bionic, and then uses Spellbook of Knowledge here to draw into 2 more cards. So many draws here. Now activating Foolish Burial, and is going to send that Trick Clown here, because the Trick Clown is going to come in clutch. Since he now has 2 level 4 spellcasters, that Trapeze Magician play is very, very viable, and he could easily just right now go into it and make that Indigo Eclipse attack twice for 48, and the 2,500 atop that from the Trapeze Magician. Trapeze Magician just proving to be a great card. Hasn't normal summoned yet this turn, so he's going to summon Squamata for a normal, and the Wyvern Burster for just incredible amounts of damage. 25, 24, 24, 17, and 18, and just not a whole lot I'm able to do there in the wake of that damage. Both of our decks really explosive going second, have decent first turn plays. He could have very easily locked me out with Winda if he had gone first, and that would just hurt me greatly because I only get 1 special summon, and if I don't see the right cards, not a whole lot I can do about a Winda. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, and let me know what you guys think. Do you want to see that invoked Shaddoll deck? And I'll probably post it anyways, because I still have had a couple people request it. And yeah, leave a like on the video if you enjoyed. Helps me out a lot. And let me know, if you guys, what other matchups you want to see in the future. I'm going to be picking up Guard Dragon as well as Time Thief, and you can expect that in the future, as well as a Orcust matchup versus not BO, Orcust versus Burning Abyss coming up soon. Both post Dark Neostorm. That was a mouthful there. Apologize for that. But yeah, follow me on Twitch, Discord, all that stuff. Join the Discord, I should say. Check out Imperium Duelist, all that good stuff. And as always, hope you're having a good one, guys. Winterkill signing out. We'll see you in the next one.